Live na, ma'am.
To my fellow public servants, to the viewers, guests, good morning. We are again present here today for the pre-bid conference for the procurement of civil works under invitation to bid number 2024-001 for one project and for invitation to bid number 2024-013 for three projects. We are live via YouTube, live streaming in compliance to Department Order number 06, series of 2024. Before we proceed, may I request the Secretariat for a roll call and acknowledge guests present.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For the attendance of today's pre-bid conference is March 19, 2024. We have here our back chairperson, Madam Eva M. Del Piero.
Present.
Our back vice chairperson, Madam Catherine M. Sangria. Our back members, Engineer Carlo Antonio T. Guzman, Engineer Elmo R. Vasquez, Engineer John Jeffrey G. Marcos, and Engineer Rico R. Roding. Our back secretariat, headed by Engineer Eric Y. Valdez, with Ma'am Lucena M. Karma, and our TWG, headed by Architect Lechet B. Galera, with Engineer Bepol E. Salamanca. That's all, Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ara, with the presence of the back chairperson and the back vice chairperson and majority of back members present. I hereby declare a quorum and call this pre-bid conference to order. We have a preset agenda for this activity for the pre-bid conference. Is there any addition to the presented agenda? If there is none, may I know the pleasure of the body?
I move to adopt the agenda of the conference.
It has been moved by Engineer Marcos and seconded by Engineer Guzman, and with no objection, the motion to adopt the pre-bid agenda is hereby approved. And first, in the order of business, these are the agenda of the pre-bid conference. 1. Brief presentation explanation by the back of the following: A. Basic contract data. B. Requirements of bidding documents. C. Documents to be submitted by the bidders. Subsection 1. Technical component of the bid, and 2. Financial component of the bid. D. Criteria and procedure for eligibility check. Preliminary examination of bids. Detailed evaluation of bids. Post-qualification, status of ongoing projects, and award. 2. Questions, comments from the bidders, and the replies of BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity. The 3 other matters, which is the 3-strike policy against violation of Section 69.1.I of the IRR of RA 9184. And the 4th, last, the summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued. And the first in the order of business is the explanation of basic contract data, including contract description, ABC, and duration. This will be presented to us by Engineer Bimbol Salamanca from the Planning and Design section.
Welcome to the Davao de Oro 1st District Engineering Office Pre-Bid Conference.
Good morning. For the presentation of the basic contract data for the invitation to be 2024-013, the first contract is construction of multi-purpose building, Pangi National School, Barangay Pangi, Maco, Davao de Oro. The contract ID number is 24LA0027, location Pantukan, Davao de Oro. The scope of work is construction of one unit, one story, three classroom with toilet attached, and one unit, one story, two classroom with toilet attached, including painting works, electrical works, carpentry, and joinery works, window grills, and tile works on toilet. The approved budget for the contract is 6,930,000, and the source of fund is FY 2024 GAA CSSP-VIP. The contract duration is 180 calendar days, size range small b, license category C and D. The cost, the cost of the documents is 10,000. So this is the proposed perspective view of our project and the location map. This is the proposed floor plan of our project in Barangay Pangi, Maco, Davao de Oro. And this is the geotag photos with coordinates taken during our site inspection and validation. Second contract is construction of multi-purpose building, Purok 3, Baybay, Barangay Magnaga, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 24LA0076, location Pantukan, Davao de Oro. The scope of work is construction of one unit, 15.5 meter by 26 meter covered court, construction of one unit, 7 meter by 12 meter stage. This includes electrical works and painting works. The approved budget for the contract is 6,930,000 pesos only. And the source of fund is FY 2024 GAA CSSP-VIP. The contract duration is 180 calendar days, size range small b, license category C and D, and the cost of the documents is 10,000. This is the location plan of our project. This is the proposed perspective view of our covered court gym and stage. The proposed floor plan, the elevation, and this is the geotag photos taken during our site inspection validation with coordinates. The next contract is construction of hanging bridge, Purok 15, Barangay Magnaga, Pantukan, Davao de Oro. The contract ID number is 24LA0081, location Pantukan, Davao de Oro. Scope of work, construction of hanging bridge with a total length of 40 linear meters. Concrete slope protection on abutment 1, concrete slope protection on abutment 2. The approved budget for the contract is 5,880,000. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA CSSP-CPAN. The contract duration is 166 calendar days. Size range small b. License category C and D. Cost of the documents is 10,000. So these are the approved budget for the contract, which is 5,880,000. This is the general plan of our project. This is the elevation of our bridge. And this is the geotag photos taken during our site validation with the coordinates. The next contract is rehabilitation of multi-purpose building, Barangay Gubatan, Maco, Davao de Oro. Contract ID number 24LA0082. Location, Maco, Davao de Oro. The scope of work, rehabilitation of Barangay Gubatan Gym, including elevation of slab, painting works, lighting fixtures, construction of canal lining, and installation of RCPC and catch basin. The approved budget for the contract is 4,949,999.96 centavos. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA CSSP, the CPAG, with a contract duration of 166 calendar days. Size range small b, license category C and D, and the cost of the documents is 5,000. This is the summary of the approved budget for the contract, which is 4 million. So this is the section detail of our catch basin. And this is the photos taken during our site validation with coordinates. So that's all for this morning.
Thank you, Engineer Salamanca, for your explanation and detailed presentation of the project to be procured by the interested bidders. Next, in the order of business, in the requirements of bidding documents, and so on and so forth.
Requirements of bidding documents. All documents required, including the instructions to bidders, the general conditions of contract, special condition of contract, specifications, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms, such as bid securities, are all uploaded to BillJeff's website and our website at the DPWH. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from the procurement unit at the DPWH Davao de Oro, First DEO Navantaran Davao de Oro, and upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents. It may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System, PhilGEPS, and the website of the procuring entity, provided that bidders shall pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. Documents to be submitted by the bidder. The following documents should be included by the interested bidders in their bids. For the technical component of the bid, A. Eligibility documents such as PhilJEP's certificate. B. PCAB license and registration. C. Statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, SLCC only. NFCC computation and statement of total assets and total liabilities. D. Joint venture agreement, if applicable. E. Technical documents such as bid security, project requirements such as the organizational chart for the contract, list of contractors' personnel, list of major equipment, and omnibus statement, which is 10 items. For financial component of the bid, A. Bid form. B. Bid prices and the bill of quantities. C. Detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals. D. Cash flow by quarter. These documents should be submitted using the envelope system. Bidders are urged to only fasten the documents at the topmost portion instead of binding them. Each document should be ear tagged appropriately. There shall be 3 copies of documents: the original copy, copy 1, and copy 2. The original copies of technical component of the bid shall be sealed in one envelope, and the original copies of financial component of the bid shall be sealed in another envelope. These envelopes should be labeled as original copy of technical component and original copy of financial component respectively. These labeled envelopes shall be sealed into one envelope and label it as the original copy of the bid. The same procedure applies to copy 1 and copy 2. Lastly, the original copy, copy 1 and copy 2 of the bid shall be sealed into one final envelope to be submitted here in conference room, 2nd floor, DPWH, 1st District Engineering Office, Davao de Oro. Bids can also be submitted electronically through electronicbids_Compostela Valley at dpwh.gov.ph. Please be reminded, key personnel, there should be no overlapping or no dual functions, especially in project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and safety officer. Tax identification number should be indicated in your bid documents. It will be needed during the award of contract. Financial documents should be written legibly. Discrepancies of bid prices between figures and in words will prevail. Bids not addressing or providing all the required items in the bidding documents, especially in the bill of quantities, the bid will be considered as non-responsive. Always check your documents before submitting to avoid disqualification. All bidders should update their PhilJEP's contractor's profile application as mandated and in accordance to Section 8.5.2 of 2016 Iranian Riles of RA 9184 and the GPPB Resolution Number 150, 2021. In addition to our bidding documents, bidders are required to include in their technical documents the affidavit of site inspection with proof of evidence of actual visit of the area. This is to avoid problems during the implementation of the project, as per BAC Resolution Number 071 Series of 2023. Criteria and procedure for eligibility check. Criteria and procedure for eligibility check that are set forth in Section 23 of the revised implementing rules and regulations of RA 9184. All prospective bidders should have updated their class of documents. These documents were already discussed by the Secretariat. During the opening of bids, the BAC will check the eligibility result of contractor's profile application from Procurement Service of Central Office and simultaneously conduct the eligibility check and preliminary examination of the technical components of the bids. Bidders who are found eligible and the same time pass the preliminary examination of their technical proposal and financial proposal, the committee will read the bid amount stated in the bid form.
We are now through with Agenda 1 and its subsections. We will now proceed to Agenda 2, which is the questions, comments from the bidders, and the replies of BAC and other representatives of the procuring entity. Is there any comments from the viewers? Since there is none, we will now proceed to other matters that prescribe policy against violation of Section 69.1.I of the IRR of RA 9184.
Three-strike policy. The three-strike policy against violation of Section 69.1.I of the IRR of R 9184 and the following administrative sanctions enumerated as follows. A bidder that had purchased bidding documents, but subsequently withdrawn from the bidding or submitted a letter non-participation or did not submit a bid without a valid cause as determined by the Bids and Awards Committee concerned. B, a bidder submitting a late bid without a valid cause as determined by the BAC concerned. C, a bidder submitting insufficient or defective bid documents, such as insufficient bid securities and other deficiencies. D, other acts that tend to defeat the purpose of public bidding, as determined by the concerned BAC, provided that these acts have been indicated or discussed in the instructions to bidders, bid bulletin, notices, minutes of pre-bid conference, or other similar instruments. The following administrative sanctions on the airing contractor for violation of 3-strike policy: for the violation or strike a first warning, for the second strike, a second warning, for the third strike, which together with the first 2 strikes constitutes the first offense against the 3-strike policy, an administrative penalty of suspension for 1 year from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH for the second offense, that is, the second set of 3 strikes committed by the bidder, an administrative penalty of suspension for 2 years from participating in any procurement process in any office of the DPWH.
Thank you. Now proceed to the last agenda. The summary of proceedings, including supplemental bid bulletins to be issued, and it will be presented to us by Engineer Valdez, the procurement head.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
All agenda for pre-bid conference are well displayed and discussed by the Secretariat. Prospective bidders are advised to visit anytime our website for any supplemental bid bulletin issue. Thank you.
Engineer Valdez, all the needed information has already been discussed and explained by the Secretariat, the back and the planning engineers, and all of the business and agenda will already taken into consideration. May I know the pleasure of the body.
I move for the adjournment of this meeting.
It has been moved by Engineer Guzman and seconded by Engineer Vasquez, and with no objection, the motion to adopt to adjourn this pre-bid conference is hereby approved. The conference is now adjourned. Thank you, and once again, good morning. Birthday to you.